Hey everybody, I want to chat a little bit about inner child. Some of you may already know what that means, but for the ones that don't, I will explain it the best way I can. So, we are all born and we grow up and turn into adults, but things happen to us along the way. Sometimes when we're 2, maybe when we're 5, maybe we're preteen, teenagers, maybe even into your 20s. But when those things happen and they were traumatic, or you were really sensitive to the situation emotionally or physically, we hang on to those emotions if we're not able to heal through it and release it. So if it happened to you at 2 or 5 or 10, that stays with you at that age level for the rest of your life. So let's say if something happened to you at 6 years old, maybe somebody really hurt your feelings, or a traumatic event happened to you, whether it was abuse or you watched something that was traumatic. At 6 years old, you're going to carry how you felt about it with that maturity at that time all the way into your adulthood without being able to deal with it properly. So here you are, 30, 40, 50, maybe even older, and emotionally, in a sense, you're stuck at 6 years old because that part of you at that age didn't have a chance to be heard and seen and supported to heal through that traumatic event or whatever happened. So you carry that through emotionally at 6 years old. And as you continue your life, you react to things that happen to you at that emotional level. Not always, but sometimes. So sometimes when you talk to other adults or deal with them in situations and they seem like they're behaving inappropriately or immaturely for something that happened that you feel that they should be able to move through quickly or brush off like it wasn't a big deal, they're still emotionally 6 years old. They're going to deal with it like a 6-year-old would, in a sense. They're going to be just as sensitive. They're going to be defensive. They're going to protect that 6-year-old self that never got to heal. And that 6-year-old self lives inside our heart. So to move on in life and to really be able to react in a mature, appropriate way for your age, that needs to be healed. And to do that, we need to go deep inside and face that inner child. And when I started to do this, my inner child was somewhere between 2 and 4. That's how young and sensitive my inner child was, that needed to be seen and heard and supported. And she didn't want to talk to me for a little bit. She wouldn't even come near me when I would go into meditation and visit her. But the more we healed together, the more she told me what she needed at that age. And as my adult self gave her what she needed, all in meditation, or this is something that I do with other people, that I bring them into a state of meditation and visualization that we can do this together. And eventually that little 2 to 4 year old would come running up to me, and I would lift her up and I'd swing her around in circles, and she was happy. And then when I started to visit my inner child again, she was more like 8 years old, and she was pissed at me. So I don't really know what happened around 8 years old. I can guess where I was at around 3. But you keep going back to your inner child and working things through with them until you meet your present self. It's such a powerful way to heal through things. As your adult being sort of like the parent, and your inner child telling you what they wished that they had. And your job as an adult is to listen to your inner child and accept that that's really how you truly felt then, and forgive yourself for allowing yourself to be treated like that at the time. It's very interesting, but it's deep work, it's very healing, and it works. So if you're still here listening to my little rant, thank you. And if this is something that you're called to do, I would love to hold space for you to help you work through it. And I feel like this is something that I'm probably going to specialize in, because it really does work. And if you're willing to meet yourself at that level, you can do some really good work in a fast way. So yeah, I encourage you to think about it and let me know in the comments what you think. And hitting that like button tells me that you're enjoying these messages, and please share with anyone you think that could maybe benefit from listening to this video. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.